don't be scared of growth. Sometimes as creators, we're always afraid to push boundaries when it comes down to creating content that we either want to make for ourselves or to try to push our boundaries into our creativity because we're scared of what could happen. And I know growth is something scary because a lot of the times we're just not sure what's going to come out of it, if it's going to be worth it, and the uncertainty and suspense can sometimes get the best of you. But it's okay to go through the motions. See, for me, pushing boundaries has never been something new when it comes down to just everything that I do. I've been an athlete where I competed since I was 5 years old, all the way up to my university career. And even to this day, I'm still competing through my students. And as I tell my students that if you're feeling comfortable with what you're doing in your daily routine when you're trying to, learn something new, then you're not growing as a student, whether it's for, content creation or tennis or anything of the sort. If you feel comfortable when you're trying something new, that means you're really not pushing your boundaries for growth. And this is not something that I just say for whatever reason, like, oh, hey, just go do that to, practice your growth or anything like that. But in reality, it's because it's something that I do for myself. I try to push my boundaries where I don't feel comfortable and test out my limits in that aspect. Like today, I'm shooting only with a cheap 50mm lens from 7artisans because it's a focal length that I'm not really the most used to. And I want to do a video just with only shooting with this lens so that I can get creative with the compositions at a different type of focal range that I'm not used to and that I can't change. So we're shooting only with 50mm so that I can feel uncomfortable as I'm doing this video, but to push my boundaries and grow. And that's something that I like to do for when I'm doing these YouTube videos because I'm pushing my boundaries, but I'm working on something new that might make me feel uncomfortable, that might make me feel like it's just not going well. And until I maybe go look at it on the computer as I'm editing it, I might find some peace of mind that I did the right thing. And if it sucks, it sucks. That's the process of just getting better at learning your craft. And, it's something that you're going to have to do whether you want to or not if you really want to succeed in any of this type of, field and industry. You have to push your boundaries. You have to feel uncomfortable so that you can try, whether it's something new that you wanted to try and you weren't sure of, so that you can become better at it eventually. Because like even with YouTube, if you want to start YouTube or anything of the sort, most people get shy about having to talk to a camera, that it feels so uncomfortable, and it does feel uncomfortable. Even right now, as I'm out here in reality, it's just myself while my wife is inside working on the other stuff for dinner, but I'm out here talking to you personally. And I just feel it as I'm talking to a person rather than I'm talking to a camera. But if I didn't try it out and go through the ins and outs and loops and hoops and, push my boundaries from the start when I first started this channel to where I am now, I would never have felt comfort into talking to a camera, and I wouldn't have gone to where I am today with the craft. So like I said, it's okay to try something new so that you can go ahead and push your boundaries. And something that you're not going to be able to escape as you try something new is the feeling of being uncomfortable. And that's okay. If you already know going into the scenario of what you're going to be doing is that you're going to feel uncomfortable, is a good thing. Because if you felt comfortable, you're not learning anything new. One thing that I saw one day that really resonated with me, it was just that moment of uncomfortability of, for example, like a lobster shedding its shell. It's uncomfortable, feels, like anything could get it. And in reality, it's in a soft shell essentially as it's rebuilding itself, but it has to grow. And the beautiful part about it is that you might feel like you're, open for the prey to come get you or anything of that sort because you feel vulnerable and everything like that. But feeling uncomfortable on that stage is what's going to make you grow bigger to the next shell that you need to grow so that you can keep expanding your knowledge and your skills so that you can go and create the things that you want to, but mainly reach the goals that you're hopefully desiring to reach. And it's going to have to technically be as basically killing off the character that you were to become the new one that you want to be. And trust me, you're going to fail more than you're going to succeed at first. And that's the whole thing. You have to understand that there's going to be failures, there's going to be issues, there's going to be setbacks in everything new that you do. But the good thing about it is you're one step closer to getting where you need to be, because everybody always focuses on what's happening in the moment and forget what happened in the past. It's easy to look behind you to just say, oh man, I'm not far enough. but you forget to look farther back to see where you were to where you are now. If you could see yourself where you were before, you would kill to be where you are now. And it's the same place where you are right now to go forward. So it's a little bit of a tongue twister, if you will, but in reality is that you'll go to the place you need to be, but focus on the moment in front of you so you can plan for that future. But don't neglect the past, because sometimes it's good to see where you started to where you are now to showcase how much you've grown. And how I've made a video about this before on here, that even though this video might be a 10 out of 10 or anything like that, it's still pushing my boundaries and testing my skills to get better. Of course, it always sucks to fail at something. Of course, you're gonna not like doing the best that you could have done or getting to be already where you want to be, but that's just a process that it takes to become good at it. And there's no cheat codes about it. It's just practice, 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 so that you can achieve what you need to, so that you can be at the goal you want to reach. I tell it to my students all the time. I do it for myself. There's no shortcut about it all. Everybody will tell you there's no overnight success, even though it might feel like for some. But in reality, you just got to show up to do it. And the only step that you can go ahead and control is showing up. So go ahead, go work on your craft. Feel uncomfortable, do what you need to do to become better, and just enjoy it. It's going to be what I'm going to be doing, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Push my boundaries, use one camera, one lens, one focal range as well, because it's a prime lens, 1.8 50mm, that I'm not used to using consistently since I've been using zoom lenses mostly. And just wanted to go ahead and push my boundaries, feel uncomfortable throughout this whole video to a certain degree, but deliver a message that hopefully will resonate with you, and you can go ahead and practice your craft. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.